Morning guys, Tuesday morning, snap-on variety. I think we got a new flyer today, if I remember correctly what Jody said. 7:41, just on my way out of the burb. So, more rain we had last night, lots of it, and we're expecting a lot of it tomorrow. All the Halloween decks are all up. You can see all the skeletons on the way to work. Oldie Woldy Wroughton. It's quite funny seeing all skeletons stood outside waving you by. Not really a big fan of Halloween, but that's fine, whatever, get it. So today we got an interesting one. The customer has a Ford Ranger, but it's it's a special kind, it's a certain type. They're like a limited number, and he's like kind of like a Raptor, but not. But he's had some sort of work done to it to make it very bespoke, and it's got a load of audio gear in it. So I think it's got audison components front and back. It has 8.9 Prima amp. Not sure whether it's the Forza or not, but anyway. It's got a 10-inch sub which is mounted underneath the rear seat, but he's just not happy with it. So he came to see me a couple of weeks ago, and we sat in my Chaser, and I blared out the music for him because he just basically said it sounds alright, but he said he can't turn it up because it sounds like it's just killing itself, and he doesn't, you know, he wants to be able to play it loud. Now I know what he means. Audison is, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, it's good equipment, but it's more of a, I think it's more of a point of a reference system, which basically means it's very accurate, but it's not necessarily something that you can turn up to 11. So he wants to pound it out. So we sat in my Chaser, I turned it up, and he was a bit gobsmacked and was like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So today we are fitting the massive IQ blue speakers, components and coaxials, the same as what I've got in the Chaser, the convertible type. We've got a mental block KX flat range Compart sub, the red one, a round one, and then we're doing like a retune on everything, so all of his system's going to get a little bit updated. The great thing about the Kicker IQ stuff is that you can drive it really hard, as I do in the Chaser, and it still doesn't lose any of its quality. Like even at level, it's still very good. So we're basically changing that system, keeping the amp, it's about the only thing we're keeping, but we're changing all 4 speakers and doing the sub in the back, and retune everything, retweak everything, give it a bit more power. So that's today's task. It's in for a couple of days while we do the sort of refit and retune, and obviously we've got snap-on as well today. There's loads going on. It's going to be a really busy week, and I'm knackered. I don't know what's wrong with me at the minute. I know I don't sleep enough as it is, but I'm sleeping less kind of thing. I think I woke up last night probably 12:53 in the morning, just not sleeping, just wide awake, which obviously is not, you know, it's not ideal, it's not brilliant, but what can you do? So excuse me if my energy seems a little bit lackluster today, but I'm running on low battery. So bacon sandwich and coffee, start the day. I've got some rubbish to skip, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Morning everyone, how are we diddling? Let me just shut this up a seckie. Right, so shush. Okay, so we've got it in. So it's a Deranged, that's what it is. So it's a special edition Ford truck. It's a blackout edition, so it's all wrapped. Black wheels, black car, black everything. And in the back we've got Audison Forza 8.9-bit amp. And then over there, let's nip round this side, we've got, or was, an 8-inch sub in that box there, just down there now. We are changing this for a 10, so we're going to cut this out, put a 10 in here. In the front and back it's got Audison speakers, so it's got a little tweeter mount here, and we can take this out. We're going to put a kicker in there. I think he says this speaker's blown, so we're going to change that door speaker, put the crossovers in, get this system working properly, and go from there. And obviously rears as well, so we've got both door cards to come off, sub box to cut out, cabling and everything looks fine, but I'll check it out anyway, and then kind of like a retune, I'll put my spin on it. So that's today's task. So we're going to get taking the door cards off first. I've already got the sub out, had a look at the amp and things, so we'll start with the door cards, get these out ready for the new speakers, get the tweeters out, the bolts out of this thing, start taking this apart, and I'll come back to you in a bit. See you soon. Right then, dudes, so let's bring you up to speed. So we've got tweeter out, we've got a sub out. Over this side we've got door speaker out, so they're Audison Voce. The crossover thing is obviously being inside the door, so this is a little bit wet from where it sits. It has got these umbrella covers for keeping the speaker dry, but unfortunately, as you can see, what it's actually been doing is drawing water into the speaker. So a lot of this is puddling up, that's dried out calcium from water, so it's collecting the water and actually feeding it onto the side of the driver. So we'll have to come up with a plan for that, not to do that and get all rusty. Same pretty much for the front. So again, water has been pooling up in this. The speaker itself, fairly rusty. The driver's quite wet. That's been sat in quite a lot of water. That wade line is quite high. But we've got lots of sound treatment in the doors, which is good. Got the crossover, nice bit of cabling, fiber taped, all cable tied up through the factory loom, and then obviously separated here where the sound comes in. So we'll get our crossover in a similar location, because that's kind of like the gap on the door card where everything is going to sit on this one, which is kind of around about there. But you can see how much water is actually coming into this thing, because I don't know whether you can see that, but that's full up with water. So there's a lot getting in here. So maybe we got a failed seal or something, but we'll dry out this and then look at what we need to do for keeping our new speakers happy. I've already popped out the tweeter, so we've got our new QS speakers, the 6-inch, and I've got the new tweeter already in its mount. Looks nice, doesn't it? Bit of chrome, little spacer ring to take up the gapping so it sits in there lovely. So we get 2 of these to go on. Crossovers, they'll go in situ, and then our new driver. What's the size of that bad boy? These things are awesome, and they are weighty boys. I like this system because these are what they call convertible speakers, so you can actually drill out the centerpiece, or not drill out, sorry, you remove the centerpiece, it unscrews, and you can actually mount the tweeter in the center if you need to make it a coaxial, or you get little posh rings, like a little cover you can put on so you can actually show the speaker off. The speaker itself, the driver is actually carbon fiber or fiber, Kevlar. Let's have a little look, one of the two. Just pop the trim ring off. I'll do this one-handed. Right, sorry, there we go. So yeah, I've got carbon fiber cone with a big sort of director that we can unscrew if we need to. But yeah, hell of a bullet, and such a big ass magnet. Most people forget as well that on the back of here, obviously this is where the voice coil is. You need to take off, as it's commonly missed. There is a plastic cover that stops that. So you must remove this thing, otherwise your speaker's not getting air through the center. It does vent down the sides as well, but good to have off. Right, I'm gonna get cracking on this. I'll see you in a bit. Right boys, excuse me, stuffing a mince pie in my face. Right, pleased to say both cars passed their MOTs, the Lotus and the Chaser. And we're here. So sub is out, we'll cover that in a minute. As you can see, not good. So all of that came out of this speaker. The crossovers are sodden. They were fitted inside the wet area of the door. That's not the best for them, because these things are not waterproof. So this has got a little bit wet. You all right, H? This is Harry next door. Say hello.
Hi there. I've just had one in my place. It's all wet inside as well.
This is. Did she like it? This is the problem. Look, we're dragging water in from the outside. Great idea for a rubber sleeve, but obviously if your speaker sticks out the back of it, you're going to have a problem. Not good. And we're back. Sorry about that, people. So I talked to H. Right. So what we have here is not the done way, but it's ingenious. Okay, I'll give it that. Right. It's not going to cause any harm. But this is basically a storage tray for underneath the Ford Ranger. And what they've done is they've made a wooded top out of this is treated. That's why it's green. Treated MDF, I guess, or chip, is it? Something like that. Anyway, but they've basically made a lid that sits on there, and then it's screwed through into here. They've sealed it up, obviously with some gum to make it airtight, and then sub goes in the top. Obviously we're changing this for a 10, so we need to make this hole bigger. The beauty about the kicker is it will work in shallow spaces. Let me just pop you down here for a second. It will work in shallow spaces, and it doesn't require massive air volumes either. So although this is a 10 and we've got an 8-inch hole, we will still get away with the cubic space. We just need to make that a bit bigger, and then that can sit in that little void. So while I rock you over, while I manipulate the box, let me put you back. There we go. There we go. So we'll manipulate the box to take technically a bigger driver. This is a little bit beautiful, so it vents differently as opposed to having a solid vent in the voice coil in the center, which needs airspace. Obviously this vents differently, but it will work in a tight application. There's probably 4 or 5 inches underneath that, so size wise it's probably around about just shy of a foot squared, but that will fit in there. Lovely. We'll get that working in the lid. We just need to machine it out. Instead of that size, we need to be that size. Right, I'm gonna go and have a coffee with H next door. God, it's been a crazy day already, and I will see you guys in a bit.
my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby.
Right then, guys. So just sealed up the sub box. So we've got some screws, some glue, some sealant all around it, and obviously this is going to be our tub to go back in the morning, but I'm going to leave this overnight, let it harden. I've got to have a shufty round of some vehicles because this thing's quite big, so we're going to make some space, probably come over this way a bit so the chaser can go down the end, and that's it, I think, for today. We've made headway. Obviously box is done, sub's done, speakers are ready to go in the doors now. We've got that all figured out. We just need to sort out the rubber umbrella so that we're not dragging water into the door. So we'll figure out something with this. Yeah, but yeah, a good day, a good start. So tomorrow get the speakers in, put the door cards back on, put the sub back in it, rejig the connections, and then like do a test, run through a setup. So I'll see you bright and early in the morning, but I'm going to knock it on the head for today. It's been quite a busy one. You'll get what will be potentially 3 videos. So the Sony, Snap-on, and then this part 1. So I'll see you soon. Bye.